Well, good day, everybody. Glad you could join me today. It's been raining on and off for the last 5-6 days, pretty good. So I decided, you know what, may as well do something. So I started working on my project again with the kayak. But this time, I'm going to wire some power inside, and that's to run my my motor, electric motor there. Okay. So what I decided to do is I'm going to run power from the front all to the back, and I have a couple of plugs here. Okay. Now this one here will be mounted right down here, or probably up here, so that I can plug, once I put the electric motor in its channel and then lock her up, I'll just be able to plug her in. Now, as far as the power on the other side, I'm going to duplicate it. I have another one right here. Okay. And it's going to come out the back right here. And then that way, I'll use another pigtail that'll go inside my box, and I'll have a battery inside my box to feed the power to electric motor. And in doing that, I was really thinking about all my camera mounts and stuff like that. So I'm going to have a smaller mount that's going to go right up front. Okay, you can run your GoPros or whatever you have, but you don't want to run out of power. So what I decided to do is cut some holes and put a plate and have two USBs right here with an on and off switch. That'll run that camera and charge your cell phone if need be. All right. So all I did was tape it up, find a good spot, center it out as best as I can, marked all my centers, and then I'll be cutting the holes. And I already did that to the back. So right there. Okay, I cut 4 holes already in the back. It was heartbreaking, but it turned out not too bad. Now that is going to fit this in pretty good. All right. It's got a nice fit. Again, on and off switch, which illuminates green. Okay. The new up-to-date 3.0 USB port, and it also has a swipe on and swipe off. So once the power's on, you can always just swipe on or off the power to your camera. Again, here I have an accessory port for like spotlights or whatever, right? And then I also have on this side another 3.0 WSB, same thing. So once it's wired in, I'll be able to run another my Kayak attack pole. Once I get the other 2 brackets right here, I'll be able to mount this pole either side. Similar to what I got up there. And I put a mount here and one over there, and I have 2 more on order. That's going to go on each side there. The box itself, this is an insert for 2 tackle box sleeves for the Hobie. And looking at the way it's mounted here. It's actually indented. I don't know if, yeah, you can see it. This is indented 1/4 inch on both sides. So what I did is I mounted it on my crate so that it sits flush in here, and like that crate's not going anywhere now. That's solid. So once my seat's in the back here and I need some tackle, I'll have 2 boxes here that I'll have also a bungee that'll connect right into here just for security reason while you cruise. But I won't have to always open my box to retrieve some tackle. I'll have 2 boxes already pieced together and stocked up for whatever game fish I'm looking for, and that'll be it. That's what I'm going to use. Again, my 3 rod holders. At the other side I have a double, and that's going to be for my net and whatnot. But anyways, that's what I've got so far. I also installed a bracket on this side and the other side. All right. Now that's for that boom right there. Again, solid. And on each end, I'm going to have floats. And there's my floats there. I'll be using them for fast moving rivers or whatnot, and rough lakes. Extra security. I'm not a experienced kayaker. My experience are in boats and when I was younger, canoeing. But I bought the floats anyways just for my own safety. And I could also use it for storing stuff. Okay, they're hollow. They're nice inside. And I can store a lot of stuff in there. So anyways, that's what I've got done so far. It was it was tough putting in my first hole, but I think it's going to be well benefit once it's all together. I'll still be able to access everything, and whatever accessories I have on deck, I'll be able to power it up. Even right in here, this part here, you know, if you got a portable sonar, fish finder, or whatever, you could just put it right there. So anyways, that's what I've got done so far, and I'll bring you back once I start doing all my wiring. All right, so before you start cutting out your holes with your hole saw, make sure you pre-drill a pilot hole. That way it's going to be easier to guide your bit when you start cutting out your holes. Well, all 3 holes are done. So there goes my warranty. But that's all right. going to be a nice fit. So there you go. All right, I'll bring you back when I start getting all my other parts in the mail, and we'll start wiring it up. All right. So I finished drilling the hole here, and that's for this the pigtail here. Okay, so that's going to go in there. I'm going to put a bunch of silicone, screw it all up, and again, that's going to be for my electric trolling motor. That's going to sit here, plug in there. And in the back, I also have another one right here. Okay, it's going to be right here. And then I'm going to have a power lead to go from here into my box. And in the bottom of my box, I'll secure a battery. And that'll run everything, you know, that I need on my kayak anyways. So that's what I have so far. And again, I need 2 more mounts, and I'll continue on. All right. So I got my auxiliary all set up, and I'm just waiting for the silicone to dry. And then same with my accessories. I got silicone all over the plate when I put it on. So I'll let that all dry up, and then I'll put in the rest of my hardware and then start wiring it all up. And same with this side. This side's all done also. And I just put these 2 in, just so it creates pressure. And my power plug is installed. Okay, so now it's time to wire everything up. All right, so what I did is I took a SAE connector. Okay, now this one here is a full-length cable. It has one of these at both ends. So I ran that through the side. Now this here is the it's the same thing. They're all the same as SAE connectors and all that. Okay, but this is a sidewall plug-in. I'm also going to use extension cable with an inline fuse. That's going to be for when I put all my switches in. I'll have a separate fuse for that. And I have another one for what I'm doing in the back. Alright, so I also have just extension cables. Now this one here will plug in like this. Now that there will be fused in with my trolling motor, which sits right in here. Okay? So once I sit it inside, I'll take a measurement of the cable, and it'll run up inside with its own fuse. Alright? Now I have the same setup behind, which I'll show you after, and it's going to be the same as this, but it's going to go inside my my milk crate, and in there I'll have a battery. Okay, so that's what that is. So I'll have one for the back and 2 spares. Now I'll also have what you call splitters. Okay, that's a 2-way splitter. So inside here I have this part here, which is this, and this cable here which goes the length of the kayak. Okay? Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a splitter and I'm going to plug that right here. Okay? And then I'll keep one end and I'll plug it into the main cable. Okay? Now, if you notice the main cable with the splitter, you have the red on the top, but this one, you have the red on the bottom. Okay? Here, let me move that out of the way. Alright? So that's no good. So what you got to get is the reverse polarity plugs. Okay? A couple of these. Now, there's one for the back and one for the front. So to make this proper, you have to apply this here. Now, when you apply this, now as you can see, the red cable is continuous on the top. Alright, so remember that. Whenever you're going to do some wiring and all that with your SAE connectors and all that, make sure you get a handful of these polarity reverse adapters. Okay? Now, that's done. Everything's hooked up here. Now this here side, okay, I'm going to connect this one, which is going to be reversed again. See? Red here, red on top. So you use another adapter. Put it in here. Now when I put this on, it keeps the red at the top. Okay, so there, this side's done. I'm going to tighten all these up, heat shrink them and whatever. Now this is going to be my inline fuse for when I wire in my switches. And there's my ground and my power. So once I wire this together, I'll attach all this. The front is done. Okay. Now I got the exact same thing. Everything's going to be identical. And that's going to wire the back. Exactly the same way. Once that's done, I'll install all my switches. I'll wire it all up. And then I'll bring you back. Okay. One more thing. All my connections, okay, that I'm going to have, I'm going to use this oxide inhibitor. It's like a paste, and it stops the corrosion in all your wires. Gives you a good connection, fights corrosion, a little bit waterproof. And then after that, I'm going to tape her all up. Okay. Now you just put it all together. And again, you make sure you run your reds, right? Red top, red top. Give it together. Take off the excess. There you go. Now, again, reds on the top. Get rid of your excess. Now this one here, your red's on the bottom. So that's when you got to use the reverse polarity. Now your red's on the top. Now I'll go and squeeze all the connections. Now I'm going to tape it all up. That just eliminates, future problems, especially when you're dealing with moisture, wetness, and whatnot. Make sure you put that on, and then I usually tape it about 1.5 inches past the joint, and I go up, and then I come back and finish off. So I'll do that next, and I'll bring you back. All right, so all my joints are taped up, forward, then backwards. All right, and I kept it nice and tight. And this roll, I almost used the whole thing. This roll here was the bigger of the two rolls. Okay, so you can see how much tape I used just to do these 3 sections and the 3 sections in the front. So now that this is done, I can just throw her back inside here for now, and then concentrate on wiring in my my accessories. Okay, so I got the back done, and I also have the front done. All right, wiring is complete. So I have power to the motor. Let me just check the prop again. Okay. Everything works. I like the way it turned out. I have power to all my switches, front and back. Power to the unit. Right now it's running off my back battery. But like I showed you a while ago, if I want to run it and put my battery to even the load of the Kayak, I want to put it in the front, I can do so. And in doing so, I can run this cable. All right, it's got a 40 amp fuse, hook it up to the battery, then I just take this end, plug it into here, hang it outside my my hatch, and there you go. Plugs in here. I can move the battery front and back. All right. Works great. This is a 36-pound thrust. So let's, I also put a man overboard switch on it. So let's test that out. Okay. Speed 5. I hit a log, or I hit a rock, or I hit something, or bad waves. It throws me out of the boat. I have the tether hooked up to my waistband. I fall out of the boat. I pull her out, disconnect. The boat just slowly takes momentum, comes to a stop. I catch my bearings, swim towards the boat, get myself in, and that's the importance of having a man overboard switch. Now I have no power whatsoever to my unit. Okay, put it back, very easy. There we go. Power on. Continue fishing. So I'm very satisfied in the way it turned out. Very, very satisfied. It's all tidy, cleaned up, and I like it. So anyways, wiring's complete. I like that I could just swipe on and swipe off and swipe on and off power to this, or I just shut the power to the whole unit. Shut this one off. Alright, so anyways, once again, thanks for dropping in. You guys take care. And for the next build, I might do the keel, or I might do a little project in the back that I'm going to show you later. Take care, guys. Bye now.